Hello everyone, I'm Crafty Miner. Let's go on a little tour around Spawn. Spawn of Infinity Village, the project currently underway. We have a couple of builds, a road, and some big plans. So yeah, let's give you a quick tour of Infinity Village so we can put a little bit of context onto this thing, because I've done a lot of videos just recently, a lot of busy work, a lot of tree farming right there, a lot of mining just down there. And as you can see, we've got a couple of builds here already and a road, which you can kind of see ends there. We've got a bridge under construction, more of a viaduct. And I'm going to give you a quick tour now, so let's see where we're at Infinity Village. Okay, so this here is 0, 0, right here. So this is where we spawn in, and this is the beginning of the Infinity Highway. And it's the main reason this village is here. In fact, the only reason. This highway is going to stretch east. It's going to go in no other direction but east. It will skirt around the terrain here and there, of course, but always heading east. And I'm going to take it as far as I possibly can. That looks strange over there, right? What's that? Can you see that? It's just an unloaded kind of area, I guess. Thought it was ice for a minute. I don't think there's any ice down there. But who knows, right? This is an amazing game. You never know what you're going to find. There could be ice right over that tree line there. I've actually never been beyond that tree line there. That's a mission for another day. That's not what we're doing today. Today, hello, Mr. Mookow. Today we are touring Infinity Village. So this is basically the backyard of Infinity Village. This is the forest that is going to remain here. This is going to remain wild. I want this forest to kind of stay here. I will have a path going through. We will forge a path forward to the other side of that tree line for sure to see what's there. But this forest is kind of a good boundary, right? It's the back of the village here. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that. So this is the west corner, if you like. This is 0, 0. This is the very far end of the village. This direction we will not be spreading very far. So that valley down there will indeed technically belong. It's quite a cool valley, right? With a really cool cave. I'm almost definitely going to turn that into some kind of like Niagara Falls, basically. You know, with kind of water around it. You know, not entirely. We'll have a good bit where you can sit and enjoy the spectacle from up there. I haven't actually been down there to have a look. I will save that. I want it to be a surprise, and we'll do that on a video. So we'll have a look in that cave. But this valley will indeed be incorporated into the village. It will be some kind of big farm. I've got an idea, but I'm not going to give any spoilers. So that's this section of the village, right? We've got one house there. The woods will remain wild. I am going to build a house on that ledge there, which will oversee proceedings down here. So I'll have a house there, a house there. Hello, chicken. This will be village proper. We'll have a fence around the top of this hill here, sealing off that lower bit. It will just be farm area, no villagers down there, just me. But here there will be lots of villages. This will be a village proper. I'm going to build like, you know, kind of maybe a dozen, maybe 8, maybe a dozen kind of village houses in this area, and just turn this into a proper little working village with everything that the villagers need. So yeah, let's continue in a circle. So hopefully I'm just doing this also for myself, right? I've kind of done this once already for myself to get an idea of what's around the area, but I haven't made any final decisions. I mean, basically we're going to use the landscape here. It's such a varied landscape, isn't it, around here? It's very hilly, but also kind of flat in areas. This is quite perfect really for our needs here. I mean, I'm thinking right across here, right? We put a fence, and down there is not village. That's outside the village. Up here on this kind of higher section here, this is all village. And I know because I've only just planted all these trees here on a previous video, excuse me, that I've just released. So I know that this area here is perfect for also, again, another natural boundary, right? We'll probably take the fence up there somewhere. And again, down there will be outside the village. And there'll be like a fence along here. There'll be quite a grand staircase. I mean, all this needs building up, right? There'll be definitely stone staircase leading down there, but it will be sealed off from the villagers. Let's just run through the forest, the newly created forest. This will remain as forest right here. we're going to build a big house. So there's going to be, like I say, this area is going to be quite open. There's going to be a village over there, the first house right there. And there's going to be another house here, you know, a kind of woodland hut almost. Plant, you know, actually they'll grow in, and it'll be quite secluded here, but with a spectacular little view down there, right? Spectacular little view down there. So yeah, this is definitely. So watch these spots. There'll be a build here. So onwards on the tour of Infinity Village. So again, look, it's all kind of perfect here. This is the boundary of the village. We'll have a fence all around here. Aha. A fence. Down there will not be village. That'll be, you know, just it's quite cool, right? We'll get a better view of that from that bridge there, which is still under construction. Let's get a little view of that round the corner here. Still under construction. The scaffold, of course, will be removed. But yeah, that's going to be quite cool. That's Infinity Highway. It goes across there. Again, we're not making decisions now on the final laying of the fences. We'll do that later. But it's clear that the fence kind of comes to here somehow, and then, you know, we'll basically take it up. Let's have a look. And there'll probably, I would imagine, be houses here. I'm imagining the view is too great, not too right. So we'll have the woodland house over there. We'll probably have a few houses here. Now, I don't like to just build houses willy-nilly, as it were. I like them to have a purpose. I like them to be lived in. You know, I like to take my time in the houses and spend a little bit of time in each one. This was the second house we built, geode house. It sits atop 3 geodes, very, very, very deep down. It's really quite cool. I've mined 2 of them out. One of them is still completely intact. So yeah, that serves a purpose, right? And I spent a lot of time there. In fact, if we go in there, if I'm not mistaken, Hardy is right there. Hello, Hardy. Good lad. So yeah, let's just give you a quick look at the house, right? I can't take you past it, I suppose, and not take you in. I mean, I have just realised I didn't even take you into the first house, but that's where we'll be finishing. We're going to do a big circle. There's a ladder here somewhere. So yeah, and again, you know, with the houses, with this one, just like the first one, there was no great plan or design in mind. It just kind of emerges. I like to think of it as emergent design. You know, I pick a spot. This one had a very specific spot to be built on because of the geodes. And then I use the terrain to kind of decide what the building's going to look like. Yeah, this one turned out quite well. Like I said, they're not decorated yet. They're very basic, I understand. There's not very many pretty bits. We're still low on resources. I don't know how many days in I am now. It's probably a good 30, maybe 40 days into this world. So, you know, we're getting there. But, you know, we still got a lot of collecting to do. A lot of nice blocks to find. We've kind of got a few decent flowers here, but nothing too crazy. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. But this is the main thing, right? This is Infinity Highway. It's going to slice east. Now that way is east. And it's going to slice east as far as I can go, basically, right? And we're going to have a village straddling the side of it. Probably about 100 blocks either side, roughly. All the way. And we're just going to keep going and keep going. Even if we hit ocean, we're going to keep going. We'll build a village on top of the ocean. That's not a problem. So we can just it'll be an ocean village, right? We'll have Atlantis. That's not a problem. So yeah, but this is basically the far kind of edge of where we're at right now. Ouch. That was really, really, really close. Hello, Hardy. There's been an incident, lad. There's been an incident. It could have been a lot worse. Could you take one of those off me? That's okay, my boy. That's okay. Okay, so let's just regain our health and let's. Do you know what? I'm quite shaken. I've been rattled. I nearly fell to my doom there, right? I thought I could sleep. But okay, so we're okay. We're okay. So this Infinity Highway is going to stretch east. This is as far as we go for now. Again, we will be going right over that hill. But I can tell you, I've never been over that hill. I have no clue. Absolutely no idea what is over that hill. So I don't technically even know whether or not we should be going over it, because we're quite high up if you look at the Y coordinates, or whether or not perhaps we should be tunneling down into it. But either way, this bridge is too cool not to have built. So this viaduct, I guess you might call it, is too cool not to have built. Now, I did have to fill in all this land was empty. This spot was a mess. You should watch the video. The early days was tricky. I had to build all this grass. These are kind of hollow underneath. I'm going to make it like a big giant geode underneath there. Eventually, when we find more than 3, it's going to take probably at least half a dozen geodes to build what I've got in mind under there. But we'll do that. So let's go to sleep. Da, da, da. So that we can get busy. We're not going to take Hardy with us. You rest there, lad. You guard this place. It's kind of out in the sticks at the moment. Okay. So we've seen that kind of half of it. Let's not fall down there. We're not going to take you on the adventure over this hill, I'm afraid to tell you. You can't see anything from here because I've obviously been here. But look, over there, beyond that hill there, I do not know what's there. So it seems obvious that the road is just going to go here, and then it's probably going to encounter something really cool or really awkward. I'm not sure, but it's going to be fun to find out. That's going to be in next week or something like that. Okay, so there's Geode House. This area, let's get back to the tour. It's nearly finished. This area will all be farmland, basically. It's really flat, right? Look at it. All these trees will go. All this grass will go. Well, not all of it. We'll keep some sections as like a little wild meadow, if you like. But this will all be farmland here. There's a lovely little beehive there, which is really handy, right? For pollinating all the crops. Appreciate your work. But here will be the next giant mammoth build. Right here, I see it. This is what I say. It's the landscape just speaks to me. The design just emerges. Like I see it here now. Like this to me, once this bit of grass is gone, once it's all flattened out, once those trees are gone, and even that hill there where that sheep is flattened out. This is a massive giant farmhouse here. It's perfect. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's just nestled into the corner, right? It's going to face the road, of course. And it will have, probably, some big entrance, not a straight line. I'll probably come in around there, maybe, and there'll be fields with all the crops and stuff all here, and a big giant farmhouse. There won't be that many buildings in this area. It'll be a big giant farmhouse and Geode House. Clearly has wealthy owners, I'd say, right? They've got all that fancy stuff on the outside of the building there. So they like a lot of space around them, yeah. So we'll give them a lot of space. That's not a problem. But here again, look, this is the far boundary. I have peeked here. In fact, I'd say that I've been down to that river, just down there. I absolutely had to because I needed to go fishing. So, yeah. So we went fishing down there. But like I say, actually, still from there, you cannot see what's around there because you see there's trees there. There's like a hilly mountain. Yeah, I know that it's plains still. So, we'll crack on. That's going to be an adventure. Oh, look, there's an apple. Should we go on a little scrumping? Let's have a go. There we go. Look, we've got some saplings as well. So this is outside the village. So this will be outside the village. There's a lovely little fishing spot just down there on the corner of that river, which is where I'm going to kind of go fishing for sure. But this will all most definitely be outside the village. Up here, somewhere, either here, or more likely indeed up here, will be inside the village, and there'll be a fence. Actually, no, probably here. There'll be a fence here, and this will all be the far end of the village. Da da da. And this forest, you see, basically connects us and takes us right back to the first house. And the next video I'm going to make is going to be a real chilled one. I'm going to chop a load of these trees down here and carve a way through this, so we can put a fence in, enjoy some of the views, leave a lot of the trees. Ooh. So that it still looks kind of like foresty on this front bit, but clear enough space so that we can enjoy the area. Look, you can't see anything on the side there. But actually, it looks like there's a lot to see, right? I mean, like I said, oh. Should we do this? Where is he? What are you aiming for? Let's have you. Oh, he's got a bone for me as well. I'll take that. Oh dear me. It's busy around here, huh? So yeah, so there'll be a fence right across here, right across here. All this woods will be inside the village, but wild. It'll be lit up, of course. Actually, do you know, I've never stood here. This is actually quite beautiful. It's a shame that that's outside the village, right? But it is. That's how Infinity Village works. We're a straight line, baby. We're not going north. We're not going south. We're not going west. We're heading east. You know, that's what there is a reason behind that. You know, it's quite arbitrary, I guess. But I wanted to pick a direction and have some kind of purpose. You know, when humans left Africa, as it were, and started colonizing the earth, we headed east, right? This is built above the Valley of Wheat now. Ah, there was a clue, an inadvertent clue. Now, whether or not I cut that out or not will be up to future me. But it is going to be very cool. You might not even have caught that. You might not even know what that means, but people who know what that means will know what that means. I certainly won't be trying to replicate anything. It will be an ode to the V of W. I mean, look at it. It begs for it, right? There's the first house. Here's the valley. I'm going to need a lot of animal feed, right? And it would look gorgeous gold. I will say no more. So actually, this woods up here, I've just decided, and the actual village will indeed be part of the village. There will be a fence around all this because it's all high up. Let's have a look. On top of this tree, stand on top of a tree if you can't see. That's what I always say. And again, here I've never looked. I really haven't explored. We're exploring today, people. We really are. I'm exploring the perimeters of the village. And yeah, it seems clear to me that these trees on the top of this hill, this will all be the village. There will, of course, be a house here overlooking here. That would be crazy not to build that. So yeah, that's quite cool, right? And there will be a pathway, you know, giving access to the river. But I won't really be exploring west. Like I say, this is where we're going. You know, we can keep west for a surprise treat maybe one day if we really, really want to, right? That's not a problem. It's not against the law. There are no laws here. Those written by the algorithm, I guess. Let's have a look. So let's get back to first house, right back to where we started. It's a bit tricky, the staircase, but this will also be a good little path down right here. This is where we started. That is where the path will be. That will all be inside the village. Yes, it will. All this will be inside the village, and the fence will come around here. So the valley down there will belong to the village, but be separated from the villagers, right? It's too big, too crazy. I don't want to be chasing villagers down there. But yeah, here, this is where the villagers reside, and indeed along the entire length of this highway. The villagers will be free. We don't have villagers right now. This is a civilization of one right now, I'm afraid. But I am certain, right, we will find a village, and that will be an exciting day. Okay, so that was a quick tour of Infinity Village, where we are so far, and the next kind of projects in mind. I'm going to kind of cut it together to make it quicker and hopefully a bit more easier to digest for people. But yeah, that's it. So look forward to the next video. The next video will be the finishing of this section of road, which, as you can see, it hasn't been done yet, but is getting done later today. So this road will be finished up to that hill, and then, people, we start to build. We have started to build, but I mean, we start to build. So I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, there will be some mining to do before that. This is Minecraft after all, but we mine and we build. And I will see you then. Have a good one.